The Gonzaga Bulldogs have been to the Sweet 16 6 years in a row. Can they do it again? Well, standing in their way is the McNeese Cowboys, and we're going to talk about it. But before we do, let me tell you about a promotion we have available at both Wager Talk and SportsMemo.com. Using the promo code Jesse7, as you can see below, that'll get you $30 off any all-access 7-day all-sports package from any of the great handicappers at either one of those two great sports betting websites. That includes myself over at Sports Memo. We're coming off a win in the first four matchup between Colorado and Boise last night. We hit the under, but to be fair, we've had a tough stretch the last few days. Still, the number one handicapper for the year for the last 365 days over at sportsmemo.com. So no better time than right now to take advantage of that promo code Jesse7. It'll get you $30 off a 7-day package. And there's a lot of games already posted for Thursday and Friday in NCAA Tournament action. Let's talk about this 5-seed versus 12-seed matchup. I know a lot of people like taking underdogs in this seeded matchup, but I do not like blindly following such trends. Last year, before the tournament started, I put out a video that was a little bit of a rant suggesting how silly I thought it was to blindly bet on 12 seeds to pull off the upset. So I'm going to make a case for McNeese State here, but it's got nothing to do with the seeding and everything to do with the fact that I just think Gonzaga is overrated. I mentioned they've been to the Sweet 16 6 seasons in a row. However, I don't think they're as good as they were last year and in previous seasons. And let's take a look at it. I mean, last year they were the number one team in the West Coast Conference. They were a 3 seed. They were shooting 37.9% from beyond the arc, and they were averaging 86.1 points per game. This year, they were the second best team in the West Coast Conference, lost twice to St. Mary's. They're a 5 seed. They're shooting just 35.4% from three-point range. That's a couple percentage points down from last year. And they're scoring 84.9 points per game, which still has them ranked as one of the highest scoring teams in the country, but a few points lower than they were scoring last year. Their non-conference schedule did not look good. They lost to Purdue and UConn, both those losses by double digits. They lost inexplicably to the Washington Huskies. They lost to San Diego State, Santa Clara. It was that one win over Kentucky that saved them from an embarrassment. And that win sort of came out of nowhere. They'd already lost to St. Mary's. They'd already lost to Santa Clara. And all of a sudden they go and win on the road at Kentucky. You take that win away, and it was a very unimpressive schedule for Gonzaga. Let's look at McNeese. They were 30-3. Their non-conference schedule, of course, they weren't playing a lot of great teams. The most significant were wins over Michigan and VCU. And I know Michigan and VCU, not great teams, but they did win both those games by a double-digit margin. They were number one in the Southland in opponent scoring average, allowing just 61.5 points per game. They were number one in the Southland in three-point shooting 38.8% from beyond the arc, and that could be the great equalizer here against Gonzaga. This line has been bet up. Gonzaga now minus 7.5. It opened at 6.5. I'm going to take the points, and I'm going to sprinkle on the money line with the McNeese State Cowboys. If you like this video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you got anything to say to me, even if it's nasty, particularly if it's nasty, you hit me up in the comments below. I'll get back to you right away. Good luck, and we'll see you again tomorrow.